Teacher.
Okay, so let's get ready to start, Juan Francisco. Oh no, one more time, just you and I together. I don't know what happened to Joey, to Paula, to Pame. I believe they have problems with the electricity, right?
Yes, teacher.
What about you? Have you got electricity in this moment?
Yes, but only in my computer.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sure.
Yes,
As you
teacher.
told me, right? As you told me, you made the connection just for your computer and your brother's computer, right?
Yes, teacher. Only we the computers and the focus of my um ¿cómo se dice lámpara de mesa, teacher?
Lamp, table lamp.
Okay. And the focus of my table lamp is quemado.
Oh, really? Is burn, burn.
Yes, teacher. Is
Oh,
born and um today I wake up with the me levanté medio como que mal, como que me va a dar, me voy a enfermar, creo.
oh, really? Like a little sick. Do you feel a little sick?
Yes, teacher.
Oh, but have you got any plans for the weekend? Are you going to go to a mountain, to a swimming pool?
No, nothing, but uh, is Sunday I go to the Amaguaña, to the eating encebollado.
Oh,
Only this I don't disfrutar, teacher.
enjoy, enjoy.
Yes, teacher. I don't enjoy the best experience of eating my favorite food
Oh,
because
great.
I sick in, ¿cómo se dice? Dolor de garganta.
Okay, sore throat, a sore throat.
Okay, teacher. Yes, and I don't have a good experience because I go ¿cómo dijo, teacher?
Sore throat, you mean, or what?
Yes, teacher. So throat.
Sore throat. Okay, excellent. Super duper. So give me a second, please, and let's get ready to start. Okay, hold on. Do you remember that last class we were talking about different cultures around the world? For example, we were talking about Argentinians. We were listening about a taxi driver who had a culture shock in India. You remember?
Yes, teacher.
Excellent. So let me explain you what are we going to learn today, okay? Please, really important. So here we go. Just give me a second, please. My computer is a bit slow, but we can start anyway, okay? Hold on. Okay, so can you see my screen now, Juan Francisco, or not yet?
Yes, the right screen.
Excellent. Unit 6, can you see it?
Yes, teacher.
Excellent. So what are we going to discuss today, Juan Francisco? First of all, we are going to remember about different cultures around the world, and we are going to identify about different obligations. Okay, we are going to discuss one more time about cultures around the world. Cultures around the world, that's going to be the first one. Then, my dear students, we are going to check and identify about models for obligations, prohibitions, and advices. Remember, they are related to cultures around the world. And finally, my dear students, okay, Juan Francisco, you were telling me about food. That is exactly what we are going to discuss about. We are going to discuss about strange food eaten around the world.
Comida extraña alrededor del mundo.
Exactly. Yes, you have an idea about this?
Yes, example in China, eating scorpions, um, frogs in other countries, mm, dog in China. I hear this.
Yeah.
¿Cómo se dice rumor, teacher?
No, a rumor. Do you consider is a rumor?
Yes, teacher.
It's not a
I
rumor.
think.
It's a reality. In China, they eat dog.
Okay, teacher, but I don't know. In my opinion, I think it's a lie. But I hear so much of this subject. Yes, it's
Okay, so there you go. Are you ready, Juan Francisco? And also, we gotta say welcome to Joey. Good evening, Joey. Joey, is that you, the real Joey, or the imposter?
Hola, teacher. Hello, teacher.
Hello, Joey. Nice to see you. Tell me, how are you? Is everything okay, Joey?
More work, teacher.
Work. And what about the electricity? What about the power?
At today, 7, see, 7 p.m. Not electricity.
Oh, so after the class, we finished the class and no electricity.
Ajá, qué
Okay,
triste.
I got you. So no worries, okay? No worries. We are going to try to finish early. And can you see, Joy, the screen? Here we have the topics that we are going to practice today, okay? The first one, cultures around the world. The second, obligations, prohibitions, and advices. And finally, we are going to talk about strange food, okay?
Okay, teacher.
So, my dear students, let me put it over here now and let me share you the next link where you can start by checking that, okay? Please, what are we going to do? Hold on a second. Okay, excellent. What are we going to do now? Let's get ready to start by doing the first activity. I need you, please, my dear students, to try to... Okay, we are going to start by playing a short activity that is related to these two cultures. So I am going to share you the link, and my dear students, according to what you read, according to the description, you need to tell me what country is this culture from? Okay, what country is this culture from? Okay, so let me share you the screen now and we can start by doing the first activity. So here you go. Remember, this is just gonna be an introduction and I wanna know, my dear students, if you are able to identify that because as I told you, after this, we are going to discuss about the the strange food eaten around the world. Okay, so let me share you the screen now, and here you go. All right, please, my dear students, let's open the next link. The real siguiente link. And let's get ready to identify about these cultures around the world, okay? So give me a second, please, and here you go. Yeah, please. I need you to open the link. Read carefully. Remember, let me share you the link now. Hold on. Read carefully, my dear students, and after you read, you are going to choose the correct name. It could be a country, as I told you, or maybe it could be uh, something specific related to that, okay? So, my dear students, please, let's open the link and let's get ready to start. Excellent. So here we go. Please pay attention now. My internet is a bit slow, that's why it's not working. But okay, it's working now. Here we go. Yes, please, let's open the link. Let's open the link and we can start. Write your names. Super, I see you join. And where are you, Juan Fran? Yes, so here we go. Let's get ready to start. Read carefully the question, and according to what you read, choose the correct answer. So here we go. Okay, so I want to know your opinions, my dear students. Juanfra, Joey, how was this quiz? Let's start with Joey. Tell me, was it easy, difficult? What do you think about cultures?
It's easy, teacher.
Easy, what was the most difficult question for you that you tell me, teacher, I
Em,
don't know this culture?
sí, el tema de, no era la gaita, era primero otro instrumento que no sabía a qué país correspondía.
Sitar, this one? Sitar?
Sí, es, ajá,
Okay. You haven't heard about this instrument, sitar?
no, teacher.
Okay, let me show you.
Quietcita.
And gaita. Gaita, it has another name, but let me put it over here. Sitar. Can you see it?
Ah, es. ¿Y de dónde es típico ese instrumento, teacher?
This is from India. India.
Ah, ok, de la India.
Yes. Let's listen. Let's listen actually, so you can check. It's very it's an amazing instrument.
Sí, teacher.
Rolex les presenta música.
Fascina el sonido que resuena del sitar de Anushka Shankar.
Yeah. So are you able to identify the sound of sitar?
Ok, teacher.
Excellent. Super. Very good. That was the most difficult, but the rest was easy, right? Yes, Joey?
Sí, also the Sydney architect, the museum, the music creo que era. No, no sabía cuál era el arquitecto tampoco.
The architect. Ah, the architect of the Sydney.
Opera House.
Ah, yeah. But you know this place, right? Sydney Opera House. It's very traditional. I'm not so sure you have, oh, okay. Can you see it?
Sí me acordaba del edificio, pero ¿quién lo hizo?
No
Ni
idea.
idea.
No.
No idea.
This is Jörn Utzon. Jörn Utzon. Okay, I guess he's from Swedish or from Iceland. Not so sure. Guess he's Swedish. And the bagpipes. Oh, this one you told me, bagpipes. La gaita, no bagpipes.
Ah, la gaita. Ajá.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, what about you? Tell me in your case, Juan Francisco, what do you think about this quiz? Easy or difficult?
Medium, teacher, because like confusing the parts of Oriental countries
Ah,
because the similar the name of the objects or other confuse me because in my case I think okay a instrument or a food. Okay, I think this food is an India, but no, is an India, is of China, and I am confused of this.
okay, I got you, Juan Francisco, but congratulations. Most of you are very good about that, okay? So let's get ready because now we are going to remember about the ways that we can describe obligations, prohibitions, and advices. Because remember, it is really important to follow the rules according to the country that we travel. For example, if we travel to India, they have specific obligations and specific rules. If we travel to China, to Brazil, to Japan, remember, we have different obligations. So we are going to remember what are the tenses that we can use in order to talk about obligations, prohibitions, and advices. In the first case, my dear students, we have obligation. Can you tell me, let's start with Joey again. Joey, what is the definition of obligation? What is it?
This is the una obligation, algo que no puedes pasar por alto.
Excellent. Something that is your obligation to do. Yes, is mandatory, obligatory to do that, okay? For example, Joey, if you go to, for example, let's think about Palestine, let's think about the countries. What is the obligation for women?
The woman wear the veil, el velo.
Sure. It's an obligation, right?
It's an obligation.
Excellent. Okay, so remember, each culture, each country has different obligations. So what are the words, what are the models that we can use to express obligations? Must and have to. Must and have to. So must, remember, is just for present. For example, we must do the homework in time. This is for present obligations. And have to, my dear students, we can use it for present, past, and future. For example, I have to be back home at 11. I have to be back at home at 11. When I finish school, I will have to get a job. Okay, when I finish school, I will have to get a job. And Joey, remember, for past obligations, we can use the verb, but in past, okay? For example, in Mexico, I had to, that was my obligation in Mexico, I had to...
Drink the tequila.
Repeat.
Drink the tequila.
Drink tequila. Oh, really? Was your obligation?
Oh, to visit the Garibaldi place.
Square, right? Visit the Garibaldi Square, right? La Plaza Garibaldi.
Square. Okay.
Okay, super. So remember obligations. Must or have to. Must or have to. Okay, let's continue now talking about prohibitions. What is a prohibition? Now you tell me, Juan Francisco, what is the meaning, what is the definition of prohibition?
The action that you know, hacer, teacher, me olvidé cómo se...
You can't do?
Yes, teacher.
Excellent.
You cannot.
Repeat. You cannot do. Yeah.
Yes, teacher.
What happens? For example, Juan Francisco, let's suppose that you have a rule. Here we have a prohibition. You can't take photographs in this museum. What happens, Juan Francisco, if you break the rule, if you break this prohibition? What happens to you?
You have a consequence.
Maybe you can get a money fine, una multa, it could be a money fine, or maybe they can kick you out the museum, right?
Yes, teacher.
Excellent. So for prohibitions, please remember we have the mustn't, can, the models that are that we can use to talk about prohibitions, mustn't or can't. For example, you mustn't smoke so much, it's too bad. You can't take photographs in this museum. Yeah, remember, they are prohibitions. And pay attention because they are prohibitions in present. Okay, present. But if you want to talk about future or past prohibitions, we can use the modal verb allowed to. Be allowed to. Okay? The translation of this could be as estar permitido a. Be allowed to. Okay? For example, let's talk about a past obligation. Let me write something that is related to journey, to traveling, okay? For example, in India, I wasn't allowed to. In India, I wasn't allowed to, for example, drive. Let's suppose that, okay? Drive to the right. Again, in India, I wasn't allowed to drive to the right. Okay, wasn't allowed. Okay, remember this is to talk about the past prohibition. Yes, mustn't and can, we use it for present. Allowed to, we can use it for past, present, or future. Yep, Juan Francisco, Joey, is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, excellent. Joey too, yes?
Yes, teacher.
Very good. And finally, don't you forget the advices. What is an advice? Can you give me the definition? Okay, we know this is consejo, but what is an advice, Joey? Is it obligation, prohibition? What is the difference between advices and obligations and prohibitions?
Advices. It's something es, es something this suggest, una sugerencia, no sé cómo se dice
Excellent.
sugerencia.
Yes, a suggestion.
Suggestion, yeah.
It's not an obligation, right? It's not an obligation. Excellent. It could be optional. If you do it or not is optional. So the models that we use for this is should, shouldn't, and ought to. Should, shouldn't, and ought to. For example, the government should protect people in need. It's called in here, you ought to turn on the heating. You shouldn't tell anybody about this, it's a secret. Remember, they are advices. Advices, that means that it's not necessary. It's not necessary to do it. Remember, it could be optional. Okay? Excellent, my dear students. So please pay attention because we are going to do a reading activity about this, about the cultures, about the obligations and prohibitions around cultures. So let's get ready to start with this, okay? So here we go. Please, Juan Francisco, I need you to please help me. You are going to read this short article about culture shock. And Joey,
Yes, teacher.
please, in the article, okay? Joey, you are going to help me to identify the models for obligations, prohibitions, and advices. So go, Juan Francisco, you can start reading.
Okay, teacher. Culture shocks. Some people choose to live in another country. Other people have to move for family or work reason. If you're going to live a new place for some time, you ought to be prepared to experience culture shock at some point. At first, when you're in a very different environment, everything seems exciting and new. Then the difference start to be annoying. Life feels too fast or too slow. The food tastes strange. You miss your favorite television programs. Laws are different. There are things you must do here that you can do at home. This is a culture shock. The good news is you don't have to spoil your experience of living abroad. Culture shock doesn't usually last very long.
Excellent. Okay. So, yeah, Joey, you weren't here last class, but have you got any idea about the meaning of culture shock? What is a culture shock, Joey?
I don't know, teacher. Culture shock, no.
Okay, the
Culture
translation
shock.
could be as choque cultural, culture shock.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is it? What comes to your mind with culture shock? What is the definition?
Um, um, it's different my cultural activities in my country.
Excellent, right? For example, the food, for example, the laws, right? So
Mhm.
that is a culture shock because in your country, you are very used to to have different obligations, prohibitions, but in that new country, you may have a culture shock. Okay, so Joey, let's start. Tell me, please, which of the words we can use to give advice?
A ver. The advice es un consejo dentro de, a ver. Tengo que utilizar can do, have. ¿Cuál de ellos es el ya? A ver, advice. Should.
Should,
Finish.
excellent.
Ah, ajá. Eh, ¿Y dónde lo utilizó?
No, just should and which.
Ya, ok.
There is another model that we can use for advice.
Ya. Auto.
Auto, excellent.
Auto.
Auto, very good. Both should and auto are used to give advice. Again, super. To say that something is not necessary, what is it?
It's not necessary. It's prohibition.
Prohibition? Not exactly a
Obligation.
Simplemente no es necesario. No prohibition, no obligation, no. Sino simplemente you don't have to. No hay necesidad de hacer algo, pero tampoco hay obligation, okay?
Yeah.
The model that we use for this is don't have. Yes. You don't have to sería no tienes que, pero no como prohibition, no pay attention, sino simplemente como no hay necesidad. You don't have to.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah. Also like a suggestion. And for something is necessary, now you tell me, Joey, obligation.
It's obligation. Aquí sería el must. Y donde must, el have to.
Must and have to. Okay, thank you, Joey. Now you can help me. Thank you, Joey. Juan Francisco for prohibitions and for choices. What are the models for prohibitions?
Okay, we use, and when we say that something is forbidden, what is this word, teacher?
Forbidden and prohibido, no? Forbidden. Forbidden.
Okay. No, allow. And allow, teacher, record me the meaning.
Allowed, the translation, no está permitido, not allowed.
Okay. Can't.
Can't, yes.
And mustn't. Mustn't.
Yes, can't and mustn't. Okay, we use can't or mustn't when something is forbidden or not allowed. Yes. And don't you forget, for choices, what is a choice, Juan Francisco?
We used to choice. I don't remember the meaning, teacher.
A choice is like una decisión, a choice.
Okay, teacher. We used to talk about a choice to do something. Okay, yes, can.
Can.
Because I can play soccer. Is a choice without me, without I I doing. Yes, teacher.
Okay, excellent, super. So just to finish for today, my dear students, we are clear about the models for obligations, prohibitions, cultures around the world. We are going to watch the video. This video is a bit shocking, so get ready for that, okay? We are going to watch a video about five strange food eaten around the world. Yes? Let's get ready with it. I need your focus, your concentration, because we are going to see some different foods. And I need you to tell me if, in your personal case, would you like to try or you would never like to try this, okay? So here we go. Let's get ready.
Our channel. Today, we're going on a culinary journey to explore the top 5 most unusual and bizarre foods from around the world. From eggs with legs to fermented shark, we'll take you on a gastronomic adventure to discover the weird and wonderful world of street food. So grab a snack, sit back and join us as we take you on a tour of the top 5 most unusual and unconventional foods on the planet. Balut is a popular street food in the Philippines and is often sold by street vendors in the evenings. It is believed to have originated in the province of Pateros, near Manila, and has since become a popular dish throughout the country. Balut is said to have a number of health benefits, including increased energy and improved eyesight. It is also believed to be an aphrodisiac and is often consumed by men looking to improve their virility. The process of making balut involves incubating a fertilized duck egg for approximately 17 to 19 days, at which point the egg is boiled and served warm. The egg is typically eaten straight from the shell, and the yolk and embryonic duckling are scooped out with a spoon and consumed. Some people add salt or vinegar to the egg to enhance the flavor, while others prefer to eat it plain.
Okay, my dear students, what do you think about balut? Balut, or also known as duck's embryo. Okay, duck's embryo. Tell me, what do you think about this food, Joey? Would you like to try?
I will not eat balut. Never, no,
Never.
no.
What about you, Juan Francisco? Would you like to try this duck's embryo?
No, teacher, never in my life, because the aspect is terrible.
Yes, as you
No.
can see, it's incubated, right? It's an incubated, a baby duck.
No.
Yeah. So never balut, right? Never. Let's continue to the next. Here we go.
Prefer to eat it plain. Haggis is a dish with a long history in Scotland, and it is believed to have originated in the medieval period when it was used as a way to use every part of a sheep, as waste was not tolerated. Today, haggis is often served as a main dish on Burns Night, a celebration of the Scottish poet Robert Burns that is held on January 25th. Traditionally, haggis was made from sheep organs, but today it is often made from beef or veal, which are considered to have a milder flavor. The ingredients for haggis are minced and then mixed with oats, onions, suet, and spices. The mixture is then wrapped in a sheep's stomach and boiled for several hours. Haggis is often served with turnips and potatoes, which are boiled and mashed and served alongside the haggis.
Okay, what do you think about this? Haggis. Haggis. Tell me, Joey, would you like to try? What are the ingredients of this haggis?
Potato,
What else?
potato, rice, and eat.
Hmm? But there is an animal. What does it come from? What animal?
Ah, no lo escuché, teacher.
Okay, is sheep. Sheep. Did you hear Juan
Oveja.
Francisco?
Yes, teacher, I hear to teacher what the word triturar.
The green.
Yes, teacher. We grind the organs of the sheep and generate the similar of ¿cómo se diría mezclado? Como que una mezcla de todo eso.
Mix, like a mix.
Yes, teacher.
It is like a mix and it's similar to a sausage, right? Como una salchicha, like a big sausage. Yes? So would you like to try, Juan Francisco? What do you think about haggis? Would you like to try?
Yes, teacher. The aspect is not terrible. Record me of the granola and the ingredients, rice and others. The flavor is not okay. In the case of I am very, very, very angry, but yes, sí me atrevería a probarlo, la verdad. Pero sí ya
Okay.
tuviera mucha hambre.
If you travel to Scotland, because remember this is a traditional dish from Scotland. Yes? Super. And what about you, Joey? What do you think about haggis? Would you like to try or never?
I don't like the look, teacher. I don't think I will yet.
No, you don't like the aspect, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, let's continue to the next one. This is even more shocking. Be aware because number 3 is shocking. Here we go.
Casu marzu is a type of cheese that is made using a traditional method that has been passed down for generations in Sardinia. It is considered a delicacy in Sardinia and is often served as an accompaniment to other dishes or as a snack on its own. The production of casu marzu involves leaving a piece of pecorino cheese outside to ferment, allowing cheese flies to lay their eggs in it. The larvae that hatch from these eggs break down the cheese and create a creamy, soft texture. The cheese is then served as is, or it can be added to other dishes such as pasta or bread. Due to the unusual production methods used to make casu marzu, it is illegal in many countries and can only be found in specific regions of Sardinia. Some people are wary of eating the cheese due to the presence of live larvae, while others find it to be a unique and flavorful addition to their meals.
Okay, what do you think about this cheese? Tell me, Joey, Juan Francisco, would you like to try this cheese?
Teacher,
Tell me, what do you think?
I can hear you to this cheese. And I can hear to the larva in your stomach. Digress for the acid. For this reason is seguro, teacher.
Safe? Is safe?
Yes, teacher, it's safe to consume, but I don't sure for this because this is a larva. If this is larva is danger, teacher, or no?
Well, I consider I wouldn't like to try this because as you can see, the larva comes from flies. It comes from flies. For example, the flies that you see on the garbage, they are the ones that they put here in this cheese. So for me, it's not safe. I wouldn't like to try this. What about you, Joey? Never?
I don't like, ¿cómo se dice gusanos, teacher? Larvas, worms.
Worms?
Worms.
Mhm.
but I think it can be interesting. O sea, yo lo comería si no supiera que tiene gusanos. Tal vez sí me atrevería a probarlo, pero ya viendo los gusanos y cómo lo hacen, o sea, no lo haría. Pero
Never.
si no, ajá, no, pero si no sabría el proceso, capaz que sí lo probara, pero por desconocimiento.
Okay, and my dear students, we are going to move forward to number 1 because we are about to finish for today. So I want to know your comments about this, okay? Pay attention.
Jellied moose nose is a traditional dish from northern regions of Canada and Alaska, and it is made from the snout of a moose. The snout is boiled in a mixture of water, vinegar, and spices to produce a broth, and then the broth is allowed to cool and solidify. Once it has solidified, the jellied moose nose is sliced and served, often as an appetizer or as part of a larger meal. The flavor of jellied moose nose is said to be rich and gamey, with a slightly tangy taste from the vinegar. Some people describe the texture as similar to that of jellied beef broth or aspic. The dish is a traditional part of northern Canadian and Alaskan cuisine and is still enjoyed by many people today, especially in rural communities where hunting and wild game are a part of daily life. While jellied moose nose may not be a widely known dish outside of northern regions of Canada and Alaska, it is a unique and flavorful part of the local cuisine that has been passed down through generations.
Okay, what do you think about this? Is moose nose. Do you know the animal? What is moose? Can you identify the animal that comes from?
Mm,
¿Un alce?
Alce, excellent,
Sí.
right?
O sea, es la nariz del alce.
Excellent. Would you like to eat, Joey?
Oh, I'm it in part if huele a beef. O sea, si me lo presentan como salía en el video así cortadito y por...
Oh, I guess Joey had no electricity. And Juan Francisco, what about you? Would you like to try this moose nose?
yes, teacher. In the final of the cases is a meat, and the meat, the flavor of the meat is not variable in the other animals, or so, but in the final of the case, I mentioned is a meat, and the flavor of the meat is similar in the cases.
Okay, so it's not a big deal, right? Not a big deal to eat this
No,
meat.
teacher. In the case to present me the nose, and in the other moment to I eat this, mention me, yes, Panchito, this is a nose of the moose. Quedaría como que medio diría, bueno, o sea,
Like
sí
a
me
shock.
quedaría un poquito en shock y luego diría, bueno, o sea, porque, por ejemplo, mi abuelito les llevó una vez a la Amazonía y por allá saben comer las ancas de rana. Entonces, mi abuelito les ha pedido ancas de rana pero así con empanadura. Entonces
Okay.
les ha dado y les ha dicho, es pollo, cómanse, porque ya no había más que comer y ellos se creyeron, o sea, agarraron y comieron y dijeron, así es pollo, porque dicen que sabía igualito, igualito.
Okay.
Y yo digo, en serio, no les digas que me dicen, no, pues es que no sabía. Luego tu abuelito nos dice, sí, esto es lo que comieron son ancas de rana, no es pollo.